Hey there! We're going to be doing Higurashi today. So let us continue. Hi, lady! I hope you're doing good today. It is indeed. And there's a hazel just right within arm's reach, all snuggled up for story time. Alright. Okay, end of chapter 4. I think I want to get through a chapter or two today. So, let's see how far we did. Alright, fine, we'll save in a minute. First we'll load it, and then we'll save it. Continue. And we'll go to menu, and we'll save it. Save it. Alright, beginning of chapter 5. Yes, step 1, save. I knew we wouldn't be doing any club activities after school today, before Mion even said anything. I'd been invited over by Shion for an all-you-can-eat dessert. I made a point of leaving half my lunch uneaten. My expectations would only be rivaled by my hunger. H-kun, you seem kinda happy today. Something good happen? Or did something good happen? Did it? I guess it was obvious. Rena had questioned me with a happy look. That's right, why don't I invite Rena for dessert as well? No, if I recall correctly, Shion said something about having a ticket. At worst, the restaurant might be admonished by, admission by ticket only today. If that was the case, then having Rena be turned away at the door would result in the worst feeling ever. Yeah, I got a little lucky. I'll tell you about it tomorrow. Rena, you'll definitely be jealous. Whoa. What is it? I'm jealous. This lucky thing, is it cute? Is it? Cute? I wonder what Rena would think of the uniforms at Angel Mort. They'd definitely be a critical hit. Probably. It's probably pretty cute. Mom, jelly! What is it? Hi, Irie! Hugs for you too! Well, thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you very much. What kind of fortune were you blessed with? Huh? Could it be you participated in the draw at Angel Mort about 2 months ago? And won? Hey, now, I hadn't even transferred here 2 months ago. Oh, that's right. Then it's not the Angel's Dessert Festa then. Yi-chan, what's the Angel's Dessert Festa exactly? You know, there's that family restaurant called Angel Mort right by, Okinomiya Station. Every season they hold an event to promote their new dessert menu. That's today. Oh, it's no use going. The restaurant is reserved for people who won the draw. Mion explained once again what Shion explained to me last night. Rena will have to stop by the restaurant sometime. I'll do my best to draw the winning ticket and aim to enter the next all-you-can-eat event. Knock yourself out. By the way, this is just something I heard, but there's a rumor that the tickets are being sold on the black market for a pretty penny. Hearing that story, I felt even more appreciative of the ticket that Shion had procured for me. I just thought I was lucky to be able to eat the dessert for free, but it turned out that the ticket was much more valuable. The number of things I had to thank Shion for had increased again. Thanks. I didn't know it was worth so much. I whispered in a voice only Mion could hear. That was how I conveyed my feelings. Mion looked at me for a moment before she tilted her head to the side and smiled confusedly. What? Did you say something? It would be a problem if you said something to me right now. That smile seemed to be telling me as much. I guess Mion wouldn't be accepting any gratitude while she was Mion. I'll go to the restaurant. Today I'll thank Mion while she's Shion. Well then, this old man will take his leave here. Work today's gonna be a little rough. Later! Mion waved her hand energetically as she left. Hey, Keiichi-kun? Michan has been kinda weird lately. Like she's elated or something. What? You think so? Rana was pretty sharp when it came to these types of things. To me, Mion seemed to be the same as always, but Rana apparently felt something was different. You don't know Keiichi-kun? I totally thought you knew. Rana's skirt fluttered as she spun around with a coy smile. You know what, exactly? Hugs for everyone. Yes, everybody gets a hug, because you're all awesome. Thank you very much. I was obviously weaseling my way out of the question, but I wasn't lying. Honestly, I didn't really know what was going on. Why did Shion, a persona of Mion that she'd created, appear before me? Something was blatantly up, but Rena paid no heed. Oh, really? I wonder what it is, then. When Michan is in a good mood, so is Rena. How? Saying that, she spread her arms wide and spun around happily. I didn't know why, but Rena was in a really good mood. It was so infectious that I had to smile too. Even the chirping of the cicadas seemed joyful. But you see, Rena abruptly stopped spinning. Her expression had returned to a more somber one. You see, Michan, lately, she's been in a lot of pain. What do you mean, pain? The pain that Rena was talking about was probably wasn't physical. At first she tried to pretend it wasn't a big deal. But like a wound, it began to fester and grow. Eventually, she was no longer able to bear the pain and woke up in the middle of the night. And then she phoned Rena. Michan was crying. I'm sorry. What are you talking about? What am I talking about? Huh? What is Rena talking about? What? Hey, don't play dumb like that. Just now, you said... I don't know. Rena doesn't know anything. How? Rena spun as she laughed innocently. Eventually, she appeared to get sick, stumbling as she steadied herself with her hand against the wall. Oh, the room is spinning. That was dumb. That's what you get for getting carried away and spinning like that. Sorry. Oh, I think I feel sick. Oh, Linda did a shoulder to Leon. To be stumbling around like your newborn foal at this age is actually quite a feat. Rena in a good mood, only babbled incoherently after that. I laughed as I responded to and chided her. However, the chance to revisit that heavy topic Rena had brought up before never arrived. As soon as I got home, I tossed aside my school bag and changed in a hurry. The effects of only having a light lunch were starting to show, as my stomach began to let out fickle growls. Alright, let's go to Angel Mort. It's time to face the land of endless dessert. Preparations for battle are complete. Tally-ho! Angel Mort had a decidedly different feel to it compared to yesterday. Dessert Festa today, admittance by reservation only. Nonetheless, the front of the store was being swarmed by over a dozen young men. Judging by how they were looking upwards in jealousy instead of entering the store, they weren't invitees. Why would they gather here if they knew they couldn't get in? I found out the answer when I passed through the crowd and began to climb the steps to enter the restaurant. Are you a participant? Do you have a ticket? Yeah. Well, I was lucky. As soon as I said that, I was immediately mobbed. It was like being in the middle of a football scrum on a crowded train. What is going on? The reason was this. It wasn't just one ticket per person. One ticket could let up to 4 people inside. So it's like that, huh? Seems like I should have invited Rana and the others. Thanks for the tip. But I'll pretend I didn't hear that. With an uplifting smile, I turned and ignored them, and when I did, their arms all reached out at once, like the souls of the damned seeking... I have never heard this word. Skor? Sukor? We're going with it. That ticket can admit to 4 people. Please bring us with you. What selfish people? This was the only reason they were crowded in front of the restaurant. Dozens of wretched arms reached out for me like the teeth of a giant rake and grasped at the air. Heiichi, you're being a drama queen. I was already climbing up the stairs to the entrance. What a heartless dick! Grab him! This isn't something to joke about. I flew up the rest of the stairs and threw myself inside the restaurant. It was like I'd entered a different world. The miserable throng of the damned hurled curses at me from the other side of the glass door. But inside of this completely soundproof and air-conditioned restaurant, with the angelic smile of the waitress who welcomed me, they were nothing more than a refreshing piece of scenery. I knew that I shouldn't laugh, but I began to let out a sinister cackle. Good afternoon. Welcome to Angel Mort. Due to today's dessert festa, the restaurant is reserved for customers who won the draw. Could I ask for your name and ticket? I don't have a ticket, but I should be on the guest list. It's, Maibara. Maibara. There it is. I'm sorry, but may I please have your full name? Keiichi Maibara. Aw, thank you for the lurk, Liv. I know, isn't this PNG cute? I actually... There we go. It should work. Oh, the link didn't work. I'll have to fix that later. But yes, so now, if anybody asks, I can give her credit. Maibara. There it is. I'm sorry, but oh, yeah. Okay, we did that. My apologies for the inconvenience. You're here by special invitation, right? I'll show you to your seat. Please, this way. The mood inside the room was incredibly heated. The booths were packed to the brim. Men in their prime were stuffing their faces with dainty desserts that didn't suit them at all. It was a rather unnerving spectacle. My guy, it's okay to enjoy desserts. Soon after I was shown my seat, Shion arrived. Sure. Good afternoon. Welcome to Angel Mort. Hey, Shion, thanks so much for today. I appreciate it. You were a bit late, so I was getting worried. I know, right? Desserts are great! I'm really happy you came, though. It may have been because of other customers were around that her tone was less casual, but she still capped off with that welcome and her usual brilliant smile. Now, see, I can understand if you didn't enjoy desserts if you didn't necessarily like sweet things, because there's maybe you're not a huge fan of sugar. As you can see, there's a lot of customers here today. I'm not sure I'll be able to take a break. Please take your time and relax until I'm finished. But I happen to love dessert items. When I'm done, let's go play somewhere, okay? Oh, look who it is! Look who it is with that stretch and hydrate. Ugh, which I am doing. Thank you, thank you. But look, Marshy, look! You have a command now. Hi, Koki, how are you? It's good to see you. I totally did, because people keep asking who made my wonderful PNGs. Yeah. But it's good to see you. Welcome in. Alright. One more sip for good measure. I'm doing pretty good. We started not too long ago, and it's just been a silly time so far. It's actually... There we go. Try this. Thank you, Edie. No, and that's good, because I don't know how to do it. If you know how to do it, by all means, do it. You're A-okay with me. Let's go play somewhere. Thank you, Edie. Oh, it still did it. Why? Why did it do it? It must be a settings thing. I'll have to look into that. Anyway. Oh, you do? Oh, I might. Okay. Yeah, that's probably... I want to do that too. But yeah, I should actually fix that. Unless Sweetie has permission to fix that. Oh no! Oh no! What did we... Oh! Okay, there it is. there's the red. Okay, are we good? Oh no! Oh, there it is. Okay, we should have reconnected now. Thanks, Internet. Or rather, Ginternet. Okay. Thankfully, there wasn't a whole lot of story happening. Okay, let's get back to it then. Whispering just the last part into my ear, Shion winked and returned to the kitchen. Maybe it was because the mood in the restaurant was so heated. But Shion seemed a bit bolder. Even a small change in her mannerisms was enough to set my heart aflutter. You have the Doki Dokis? Sorry to keep you waiting. While I was overwhelmed by the atmosphere inside the restaurant, orders from the new summer menu were carried out one after another. Every single one was extravagantly huge. I get it, you can eat all these amazing things for free. No wonder the ticket is worth its weight in gold. On top of that, all of it was pretty delicious, or plenty delicious. From dishes with general appeal to insane ones aimed at a specific audience, there were absolutely no gaps in their repertoire. No matter how you look at it, I don't think one person can eat this much. Wanna bet? Well, let's just leave it at that for now. Didn't feel relaxing in here at all, because the fervor inside the restaurant was clearly abnormal. All the other booth seats were crammed with groups of 4. Sleazy men were gorging like pigs on cutely decorated desserts, and it wouldn't have been a surprise if they started licking the plates. It was more than a little unsettling. Maybe the desserts are just that good? It piqued my interest, so I started listening to their conversation, and what things I heard. Pant. Angel Mort. So moe. Me? I bought this ticket for 70,000 on redacted auctions. I told Swerk that I was attending a relative's funeral. Woof. Uniforms here are the grey shadest. I wonder if the waitress would wipe it for me if I spilled some water on my pants right now. My guy, do not harass the staff. Do not do it. Meow meow. I heard they're planning on selling Angel Mort figures. We'll have to pay heed to the next Wonder Festival. Yeah, that's how you get a restraining order. They used to sell Angel Mort uniforms on the 4th floor of Redacted in Akiba. But they cost 280,000. Did I mention I'm not good with math? 'Tis an absurd price. And will cost 80,000 when Brobara closed down. The going rate for theirs was 12,000. That's the price for used ones. Knockoffs are less than half of that. Oh my gosh, the geeking on these tables. A knockoff from Redacted is fine with me. I wonder if they'll start selling them. Then I'll put it on my life-size figure I did buy off of the Redacted for several 100,000. Oh, if I can wake up every day to an angel from Angel, that'll really get my gears going. Wow, okay. 2 words spilling out from their mouths were pretty much all comprehensible. The words spilling out from their mouths were pretty much comprehensible jargon, and I hate that I understood basically all of that. But they're still keenly conveyed that hidden behind them was an invisible aura of abnormality. It's called being a nerd, Kate. You get with the program. Sorry to keep you waiting. The next dessert is tropical cinnamon love affair. Is something the matter? No. It's kinda different inside the restaurant today. Our restaurant is pretty famous in their circles. Well, we were aiming for that, so it's all well and good. But during Festus, there's sometimes something of the more hardcore crowd, so it can be a handful. That was an interesting sentence structure. The waitress informed me quietly with a wry smile. The customer seemed rather riled up, almost like a pack of hyenas. Seems like a lot of customers today came from unreasonably far away. Those types of people are fairly prone to losing their self-control, so it's a little scary. If you don't keep your guard up, something bad can happen. Oh no! I'm in the red again! Okay. We should be, okay, we're in the green again. I'm so sorry. My internet seems to be having a time today. But yes, Sweetie, if you can Mega Man Battle Network it, please, by all means. Beat the connection into submission. I mean, what? What did she mean by keep your guard up? Keiichi. My guy. You've seen the uniforms. Keiichi. Be nice to the waitstaff. At that moment, a large crash resounded through the room. Turned around, startled to see that the waitress had fallen down and spilled the order she was carrying right onto a customer. Wait, isn't that Shion? Yeah, no, I don't know why it's being finicky today. But I guess we're gonna, yeah, Wi-Fi. I'm sorry. Your food is, oh, what have you done? The jeans that I brought at a certain specialty shop for a whole 1,800 yen are all sticky with frosting. Oh no. See, Keiichi, this right here is what that other waitress meant. What the hell is that? Somebody who just met with disaster who seemed awfully happy. How tragic. It seems that that little Miss Waitress here will have to wipe you up from the bottom of her heart. The conversation suddenly veered off into an odd direction. Hey, what did he say? Wipey, did he want Shion to wipe him down? Right over that obvious aberrant tent that he had pitched over his crotch? This is called harassment! But that is... Hi, Shadow! Thank you for that. Yeah, no, this is restraining order time is what this is. Because, I'm sorry. Nobody should have to put up with this. Wipey. Okay, get over it. The wipey chant quickly spread throughout the room. Totally cornered, Shion went pale. She looked over to a more experienced waitress for help, but was only met with a head shake out of pity. Nobody wants to deal with this. So Nozaki-san was trapped. Customers who did that purposely to get their clothes dirty have been on the rise lately. Or tripped. So you're saying she was tripped? Then what happened just now wasn't an accident? The regular girls are careful about it, so they definitely won't end up like that, but Sonozaki-san is only a seasonal hire, so she had her guard down. The customers today could easily pick up on that, so she's been targeted since this morning. What's the manager doing? You should just kick those thugs out. We're in the service industry, so there's not much we can do about it. Witches! She laughed as she said that in a resigned tone. Shion trembled uncontrollably with a dishcloth in her hand as she turned bright red. The man who had been doused with frosting splayed out on the bench, putting the cream-covered tent over his crotch on full display. Still mentally unprepared, her trembling hand inched forward, goaded on by the onlookers. Come, come, come. It's the time for the wipey. Nope. From the male point of view, it might have been a ridiculous spectacle I could just smile wryly at, but from a woman's point of view, this was obviously pure humiliation and harassment. When I was trapped by those thugs and had been paralyzed with fear, she unfairlessly stood up to them and saved me. Still, as humiliating as it was, Sheen was also partly to blame for this, and it wasn't as though her life was at stake. Keiichi. Alright, hold on. I'm gonna see if I can fix the link thing. Is it in Stream Elements? Yeah, we'll get there. Oh no! Okay, are we... Okay, thank you, OBS. Oh my gosh, it's a chair! Hi, chair! Thank you! Glad to see you! Yeah, yes, my internet, it has been a time, so you were a welcome addition to the chaos that has been happening right now. Yes, for whatever reasons it's been crashing. So, stream might be a smidge shorter today, depending on how this keeps happening. Alright, so let's see if Keiichi actually... Even these guys, they were just going to jeer at her a bit. In a bit of a loot situation, it's not like they were going to eat Shion alive or anything. It'd be alright if I just console her afterwards. Keiichi. Even I was scared. But Kei-chan was in trouble, so... I had to be brave and do my best. Welcome to Higurashi, where thoughts like that happen. When I, a man, was being assaulted by 3 thugs while paralyzed with fear, Shion saved me without a second thought. What about now? These sleazy, filthy degenerates were trying to pin the blame on Shion. This time our roles were reversed. Hey, Keiichi Maribara? If you don't save her now, when will you be able to pay that debt you owe her? You scared, Keiichi Maribara? At that time, Shion, no Mion, didn't even show a hint of hesitation. Then what about now? I'm not hesitating. Then what? If you're not hesitating, then why aren't you helping her? Now resign yourself to your fate! Blah. Shut up, you greasy fat ass! Get out of here before I get angry! I grasped Shion's shoulder firmly and pulled her behind me. Kei-chan! Seems you don't understand. Yonder waitress was the only one who wet mine pants. Or was the one who wet. This is her punishment. The one who needs punishing is you. Enough with the empty words. If you're a man, talk with your fists. Oh, he's gonna... Oh! Thud. Smash. My body was lifted into the air like nothing. I was thrown back into my own seat. Yes, you did. Welcome to Higurashi. This guy is strong? No matter how you look at it, athletic and this Lardo aren't even on the same area code. You can be large and be athletic. Keiichi, stop stereotyping 23. Hehehe. Many otaku are unexpectedly well-versed in some obscure martial art. Don't be misunderestimating us. What did I just say? The man sparked, showing off his gum line. Kei-chan, are you okay? Damn it, how lame must I look right now? You were tripped, weren't you, Shion? They're the ones in the wrong here, so don't let them take advantage of you. Maybe, but it's still my fault. Wow! One more time! Let's do it! Snap, thud, crash. Don't you go thinking this is enough to make me give up. One more time! Whack, snap, thunk. Ho 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 ho. Real talk. I'm not done yet. Rise, my will to fight. Wow. Not just running, I planted every one of my steps firmly as I closed the distance to the lard ball. Yes, exactly. Our main character, everyone. Each time I ripped my foot off the floor, I could feel my burning spirit flare up in the point of impact. Yeah, this is the part where you do the Mortal Kombat theme. Yes. Everything slowed down like I was walking underwater. As I stepped forward, in that viscous flow of time, I calmly measured the gap between us. With our differences in height, reach was my ultimate advantage. There was an ever so tiny distance between us, where only my punch would be able to reach. I unleashed my iron fist of righteous anger, but it flew towards his face slowly, like I was punching underwater. Reacting to that, with a smirk on his face, the fatso easily slipped inside my punch. I hadn't realized until now, but in this mere time, I was able to observe the baffling counterattack with almost painful clarity. His arm slowly swung around in a large windmill motion, wrapped around my whiffed punch, and descended into an arc. That arm swung around like the arms of a clock. Good job, Wadey. And when it came into contact with my head, twisting my upper body around, dragging my head along, he followed through with another rotation. This time he rotated his entire body like a top, followed by another rotation. How twisted up is this guy? Combining the defense and offense, it was a brilliant counter. That's right, 3 times. I was thrown after 3 rotations, I think. And this viscous, is that the right word? I have no idea. Reign of time, or region of time, I was unable to struggle, and I could only wait dumbstruck until the moment I was thrown. The moment that sluggish temporal anomaly abruptly ended. Yeah, he's getting tossed again. Rip. Ripperoni. Crash. You lack training, young man. I was loath to admit it, but against somebody trained in martial arts, I couldn't win through force of will alone. Yeah. Fatality. After my consciousness faded in a wave of dizziness, when I came to, I was lying down on my own seat. Thankfully, you weren't injured. The more experienced waitress from before wiped the sweat from my brow with a towel. While she was doing that, red-faced and teary-eyed Shion trudged over. Are you okay? Doing that all for my sake. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, just 3 times his butt was handed to him. And it was like, go back into your seat. I'm sorry, too. I wasn't much help. I've never won a fight before. No, you just trying to help made me happy. I'm not joking. Okay, I'm not joking. It's just that I was thinking that it was lucky Kei-chan came here today. As she said that, she stuck her tongue out teasingly. She wiped off the whipped cream with the washcloth she was holding in her hands. Sonozaki-san, you can take your break now. You still have 1 or 2 hours left, don't you? Yeah, basically. That I said when this was first introduced is basically like the Owl Noises restaurant. No, it's fine. Even though this is just a part-time, it's still a paying job. I want to work properly while I'm on the clock. Take your break, Shion. If you haven't taken it yet, legally you're required to take your break. So really, you don't have to worry about me. Shion, please. She couldn't even put up a brave front. I would never imagine to think for a second that Mion could be that weak. This was Shion, and she had been harassed by some unreasonable riffraff. That was reality. Kei-chan, don't mind me. Please eat as much dessert as you can. Whenever you're done, we'll have, you fill out a survey. Well then, I've got to get back to the floor. After some consoling words and a sympathetic smile to Shion, the other waitress started to head back to work. That's where I stopped her. Excuse me. Could I borrow your phone? The phone? It's by the register. I'll show you where. I pulled a 10-yen coin from my wallet. This wasn't about, saving face. There are a couple ways to tell the difference between Shion and Mion. We'll get to it. Right now he thinks Mion and Shion are the same person. My being a worthless coward was an unchangeable fact, but now I could just cry myself to sleep about that later tonight. Now was not the time for tears. I had to fight. If I recall, 1 ticket is good for up to 4 people, right? Is it alright if I call over 3 more people? Yeah, that's fine. For the time being, I'll write them down as on the guest list. Could I have their names? Turned around and glared at the greasy hooligan who subjected Shion to that humiliation. There are 3 things that aren't working in your favor today, punk. First is that I owe Shion. Second is that I'm a man who's not afraid to throw away his pride to win. And third is that we're the most powerful club member in history. Members, plural. Please add Rena Ryugu, Satoko Hojo, and Rika Furure to the guest list. Understood. I'll do that. I'll have the best and most powerful club members join the fray, because he hasn't realized that Mion and Shion are legitimately twins. They can bring down 1,000 foes. You fat asses. Prepare to meet your maker. Oh, compliments for Weedy. I'll do that in a minute. This is a nice restaurant. Oh, the uniforms are cute. Rena wants to wear them too. Oh. On top of that, we're being treated to dessert. I'm deeply moved. They're secretly the same person. You know, that was a theory for a time. Okay, compliments for Weedy. Twins don't exist. What? Okay, compliments. I'm sorry, we're having technical difficulties. Please stand by. I think you're really neat. You are one of the sweetest people that I've met through this hobby. And you're so much fun. And I love trying to find things that I think you'll like, and you do the same for me. And you're so nice. You're great. Thank you so much for being my friend. And dealing with the chaos that is my internet dying. And thank you for modding. I really do appreciate that you at least have the sword. Yeah, eat as much as you like. Oh, we want to SO Weedy? We shall SO Weedy. Yes, I'm doing the original designs just because I love them. Yes, I will do that thing too. I'm probably not that far from completing the chapter, but we'll see what happens. The ham fists were very tempting, I will say that much. Because they were great, but no, I wanted the slightly more refined HD sprite look. Yeah, no, I do love the ham fists. Oh, that's gonna be great. I cannot wait to see you do Martian OG style. I am so excited for that. You have no idea. Don't worry about my share. Keiichi-san, enough with the charades. Let's get to the point. Rin and Rika-chan put down their forks when Satoko broached the subject. After looking at them for a few moments, I pressed my forehead firmly into the table. I beg of you. I don't care if you make fun of how pathetic I am. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Please lend me your strength. 3 of them seemed surprised by the sudden turn of events, but nevertheless listened to what I had to say without making fun of my unusual behavior. What's the matter? Something happened, didn't it? Didn't it? Actually, Mion's younger sister Shion is working part-time at this restaurant. Ah, that little sister you were talking about, right? Could it be her? Could it? She resembles her. Resembles her. Resemble? That's just Mion with her hair down, isn't it? Satoko has the excuse because Satoko is like 8. I didn't know what to say. If Keiichi says that's Shion, then that's Shion. They might be twins, but can they really look that much alike? I mean, technically, yeah. If we're going the identical twins route, they're called monozygotic twins. See? They really can look identical. Rina gave the most plausible explanation, so everybody else was convinced. Well then, do you believe me? I'll get to the point then. I recounted everything that just happened. Oh, these guys are gonna die. How Shion was targeted, how she was antagonized by the customers, and the humiliation that was forced upon her. Also, how incredibly pathetic I was. I included everything without trying to hide it. You at least attempted to stand up to harassment. That at least is. I will give you that saving grace, Keiichi. That's awful. Poor Shi-chan. However, for you to be unable to help her, there should be a limit to how unsightly you can be. There's nothing I can say to that. Stoka-chan, to admit that you lost and seek help is a very different thing to do. Keiichi-kun chose to help Shi-chan rather than save his pride. Yes. Thank you, Rana. Thank you. So pathetic. Rana's follow-up stung a bit, but I couldn't help but be thankful that she understood. Sadako was calling me all sorts of names, but there was no malign intentions behind her words. She's just a small child. Then what should we do? Her voice was monotone, but there was a hint of resolve in her words. I replied to Rika-chan's suggestive silence in kind with my own quiet resolve. I thought it would be something like that. It is a bit much for Keiichi-san to handle alone. Huh? Then you'll help? Of course, Keiichi-kun. We'll help anybody who's being bullied. I remember when I was cornered by those thugs, what Shion had said about the strong feeling of solidarity in Hinamizawa really began to hit home. However, Keiichi Marbara, now is not the time to get choked up with tears of gratitude. Now is the time to fight. Sorry, I owe you one. You tried your best, but didn't stand a chance alone. How sad, how sad. Rika-chan gently patted my head for me. Brought to you by the characters of Higurashi. Don't do it. There was no mindless pity in the palm of that hand. It was overflowing with the strong, dependable feeling of, leave the rest to us. Oh yeah, they're gonna go to town. Mion can't join us due to various circumstances, so I'll temporarily be taking command. Our strategy will revolve around Shion's defense and the extermination of the enemy's combat capability. Who's the enemy? Are there a lot of them? From this point forward, anybody who messes with Shion will be considered an enemy combatant. There are no rules of engagement. Compensation will be the dessert you just ate. Any questions? Everybody had already entered club mode, their eyes peering at the riffraff clamoring on the inside of the restaurant like predators stalking their prey in the darkness. Rika-chan held up her hand. What is it, Rika-chan? Do we have to show mercy? Of course we don't have to. We have no need to show mercy to the rabble that would dare lay a finger on Mion's little sister. Then it's okay, Keiichi? Rika-chan was serious. She was really ready to pretty much murder someone. She is ready to throw hands. I'm counting on Rika-chan. I, Keiichi Maibara, shall assume all responsibility. Rout them! Alrighty. Anna's gonna do her best, too. Sorry. Please do. Keiichi-san, you don't have to be so tense. Well, just wait and see. By the time you finish that parfait, we'll finish cleaning up, too. Well then, everyone. Let's give it our all. Go for it! Yay! Rip to the others! Yay! Thus, the most powerful warband of the world had ever known, trained by Mion, began to move. I was the oldest one, the only boy, and behaved like the leader, but when you consider our club activities, I was by far the most junior member. Individually, everyone besides me had a terrifying combat capabilities. If all of them combined their strength to protect Shion, I couldn't even imagine. It's probably about to witness something terrible and awe-inspiring. Indeed. So Nozaki-san, 5 deluxe parfaits for table 7. Sure thing. Shion carried the order to the table. For Shion to carry all 5 parfaits without wobbling took so much effort that she didn't have the breathing room to pay attention to her feet. Hee comrades, here she comes yet again. This time we'll have her spill everything on my pants, and have her wipey right down to my Oh, no! There was the same wipey scheme that occurred just a short time earlier. This time, another one of them was trying it out for himself. The very depravity of these men was in itself a full-out attack. Rena, this is Keiichi. Ambush them around the tables 5 and 6. Rena, do you copy? The restaurant's uniform's so cute! How I want to take them home! Shion, her bottom swaying while carrying the parfaits, was being chased by an equally swaying Rena. Rena, no! She was supposed to be escorting Shion, but Rena was instead transfixed by the back of her uniform. From a normal person's point of view, it was probably like having a fox guard a henhouse. But when it comes to Rena, things are different. Cute mode 120% synchronization. We've won. When Rena's in this state, even the laws of physics don't apply. Yeah, no, she runs on cartoon logic and cute. Shion's legs, unsteady and defenseless, were being targeted by those sleazebags. Now, my comrades. Hail, Mind Fuhrer, shining Lucifer of the Harumi Mecca! A leg snaked out on the tripped Shion's defenseless feet. Egads, 3 of them at once. That's a lot of feet. Flap, flap, flap. Yeah. Oof. What? It happened all in an instant. The 3 fools writhed in pain as their legs bent at unnatural angles. What's the madness? Janet teetered into view and gave them a warning. Oh, no mischief, okay? No means no. No. Rena going, Rena's gonna be the one to take her home. Go, Rena, go. This girl, what's with that strange technique? The human scum clutched their bruised ankles as they passed out. That's our Rena-san. No matter how many times I see it, it's always frighteningly quick. Yeah, it's an unbreakable barrier. Anyone within a 2-meter radius who attacks Shion is completely obliterated by Rena. Rip. As Shion was making her rounds through the restaurant, there were people here and there collapsing with welts on their legs or hands. Yeah, basically, through the power of cute. Hello? Keiichi-kun, this is Rena. There's nobody left to bother Shi-chan. So I'm gonna go take her home now. Rena, this is Keiichi. Good work. Please continue the mission. Also, permission to take home denied. Repeat, permission to take home denied. Then I'll just look. How? I guess just looking is fine. That wouldn't prevent her from guarding Shion, so I guess that's okay. Anyway, thanks to this, I knew who had tried to mess with Shion. Anybody who was clutching their arm or leg while they were writhing in agony was basically branded by their bruises. Currently, we have finished identifying all enemy forces. Proceeding to the next phase. Satoko, this is Keiichi. What's your status? This is Satoko. That's rude. That's a rude way to ask. Keiichi-san, exactly who do you think I am? Satoko was in the kitchen. She had spread open a sketch of the restaurant on the counter. Replate with orders, chits, and their destinations. And now was sorting through the freshly made desserts. Hey, what are you doing? Now. Sonozaki-san, it's alright. Just leave it to her. More importantly, we're taking all these orders out at once, so I'm counting on you. A veteran waitress was briskly directing her juniors as the trays went out one after another. All of the desserts that had passed through Sonozaki's hands were delivered at once. Satoko's hands. Hello. Lots of cute desserts are coming. Hello. I think you know this, but don't touch them. At least, if you still value your life. I know, but how? Certainly they were all incredibly cute-looking desserts. They were all works of art that you could enjoy before even taking your first bite. However, since Satoko had meddled with them, there was nothing more than an unpredictable danger. Blissfully ignorant of the fact that the men now were stuffing their faces. This is... Irk! Almost right away, they realized that something was wrong. Satoko, what did you mix in there? Yes, I will do the hydrate, thank you. I was gonna do that on my own, but I will definitely take the redeem. And I'm gonna stretch too, just for funsies. Thank you, chair. Alright, Satoko, what did you mix in there? It couldn't have been salt or Tabasco, right? My, what are you saying, Keiichi-san? You said no mercy. I might not look it, but when I get down to business, I like to be very thorough. As she said that, she twirled a dubious vial in her fingers before putting it away smartly in her pouch. Rika, this is Satoko. The customers are moving. Escort duty is all on you. Leave it to me. Come to think of it, I didn't see Rika-chan anywhere. Where could she be lurking? Clatter, clatter. Several men stood up suddenly from their seats, surveying the restaurant for something. That restless fidgeting. That look of relief when they found the single placard hanging from the ceiling. Written upon that placard was the word restroom. She probably put laxatives in there or something. And they began a mad rush in that direction. It wasn't just one or two people. All the people that were branded as the enemy were standing up in front of their seats while clutching their stomachs. Ugh, I think I was a little too greedy. Where's the washroom? Mewtwo. Mewtwo. Not a number 1, but a number 2. I need to cash out. Meow. Where's the toilet? I found it. You're in for it now. I felt dirty just thinking about what Satoko probably did to their desserts. Yeah, it is stinky time. The problem was how to follow this up. I was intrigued, so I followed the Russian into the washroom. The narrow hallway connecting to the restroom was crammed with about 10 men. What is this? Oh no! As I peered over to see what was happening, wow! It seemed that the toilet was clogged and the backflowing unleashed a loud gurgling sound with a terrible stench. There was no way to use it in this state. Damn, that Satoko, what a frightening display of power! No, this wasn't Satoko's doing. This was divine punishment! Yeah, they were just unlucky. I'll just apologetically ask one of the employees here to clean it up. I can't do my business like this! Ah! What did we do now, comrades? It's a brilliant combination of traps, but it would be better if there was one more push to the kicker. Seeing as it was Satoko, she wouldn't have overlooked that. Now it has come to this. It is time for the last resort. Oh no! Oh no! I really do appreciate when y'all tell me beforehand, before my Wi-Fi crashes, that my stream is crashing, so I know to stop and wait for it to reconnect. So I appreciate y'all very much. I'm sorry it keeps crashing. Oh, you want more compliments? Or do you want compliments for somebody else? You are allowed to be a goblin. It's totally fine. They're your points, and that is absolutely a redeem. Yeah, goblin hours are fine. Because I really do think you're neat, and you really are a wonderful friend, and so I'm happy to compliment you, even if it's kind of the same string of compliments, but I really do. You're probably, like, my second or third best friend that I've met through this hobby, so, I really appreciate you a lot, and I think it's neat that you care so much, and I appreciate that. I think it's neat that you all care so much. So yeah, don't worry about being a little compliment goblin. I don't mind at all. It's last resort. Faced with the moral dilemma, the man only had one other option: the women's restroom. Oh, that's fine too. Isn't using the girls' bathroom going to get us in trouble? I'm pretty sure there are pretty sure there are no female customers today. Wow. Really? Why didn't I think of that before? Independent women toilets are the best. Excuse you. What a brazen bunch they are. The men, sweat now pouring from their brows, made a mad rush into the girls' room without any hesitation. Oh no. Me? Yeah? There was a girl there. It was Rika-chan. The men stood there frozen, in various complicated poses, indicating their surprise. Rika-chan also seemed dumbfounded by the sudden turn of events. The look on her face was strangely perfect. This was all part of the plan as well. You sly dog, Rika-chan. I should have never underestimated you. Do you see, Mademoiselle? Me? The men's room is a bit dangerous at the moment, so we want to borrow the toilet. Here, right? Meow. Meow. Me. But I guess it's not alright after all. Right, my comrades? Just by having girls stand there in the restroom, I never knew it could put up such an overwhelming barrier. There was no way anybody could be brave enough to lift Rika-chan out of the way to try to do their business. Just pick her up. This was the most they could do after all. If it was a man in full club mode, for example, someone like me, they would probably plow through Rika-chan without a second thought. Just football tackle the small child. Now what are you going to do, you fat asses? Price for tormenting Shion still hasn't been paid. If you're in trouble, I can help you. That would be much appreciated. How would you do that? You can use one of the toilets outside. I'll show you to them. That would be perfect. Please. At this rate, it'll end up becoming a group enema. Pray. Rika-chan, with a pleasant smile on her face, guided them to the casual stride with a casual stride in her step. In this race against time, her slow pace was sadistic torture. Mademoiselle, is this toilet far from here? We'll get there soon. Obeying Rika-chan's directions, they were about to leave the restaurant. Ichikun, finish it! Give him hell! Yeah, leave it to me. Spread my arms out and blocked them as they tried to leave the restaurant. What is the meaning of this? We're at DEFCON 1 here. Listen up, you tubs of lard. Stop insulting their weight. I know they are a bunch of gross nerds, but stop insulting their weight. You know what happens if you've even set one foot outside this door, right? What is the meaning of this preposterous statement? Look, it's written right here on the ticket. Not valid for re-entry, see? You're free to use any toilet you want, but the moment you step outside the door, you can't come back. Boom. You remember this. I don't want to guide anybody who says scary things like that. Everybody panicked as Rika-chan began to turn back. They could only figuratively and literally fall in line. All the waitresses also lined up to see them off. Thank you very much for coming. We shall return. Clang, clang. Bell rang playfully as the door shut behind them. How pathetic. Too easy. Yeah, we did it! Yay! Ran and Satoko clapped their hands together. Ugh, couldn't hold a candle to those guys by myself. But when we get the group together, we sent them packing like a herd of cattle. With opponents this week, any of us could take them on by ourselves. Ichi-san, you need to up your game. I was loath to admit it, but Satoko was right. Damn it. One day I'll be strong enough to be worthy to stand alongside them. But I'm really glad they were able to protect Michan's little sister. Or we were really glad we were able to protect Michan's little sister. No, there's none of those bad people who are willing to pull pranks left. Yeah, no, kitty. You're blessed to have such wonderful friends, Sonozaki-san. A veteran waitress was also smiling. After the herd was sent packing, it had calmed down completely inside the restaurant. Sheen was flustered as she glanced between us and the now empty seats. You did that? For me? I mean... Shion's expression was somewhere between happy and guilt-ridden. Her face had turned slightly red as she ran into the kitchen. I'm sure the other staff didn't like it either. Oh, Shi-chan is cute! They really are twins, Howl. Given Shion's personality, there's no way she'd thank us directly. We might have been a bit excessive in our means, but I was really glad we were able to save her. I think you know this already, but Sonozaki-san is very grateful. As a representative of the floor staff here, I also extend my gratitude. Clap, 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 clap. The applause quickly spread throughout the entire restaurant. Not only the other waitresses, but also the customers that were genuinely there to enjoy the desserts. Everyone was lauding our effort. Yeah, but, that's also a potential annoyance to other patrons in the restaurant. When we had mostly finished eating and were filling up the survey, Rika-chan made her return. Oh, good work. Did everything go alright? You took a while. I'm sorry. I got lost on my way back. It was a lot of trouble. Rika-chan likes to stray down some pretty strange roads, so she gets pretty lost often. How did she get lost just by guiding people to a nearby toilet? Everybody has their strengths and weaknesses. Apparently Rika's like me and it's directions. It has a lot of strong points that make it more than up for that. I can see that. That expression in the girls' room. You're quite the thespian. Ichi was being horrible. He was thinking if I went in their shoes, I'd just run her over and rush her into the washroom. What? Did what I was thinking show up on my face again? Keiichi-kun was a pervert. No, I mean... I'd laugh about it then, but a few days later, a newspaper headline read, 10 unidentified men were taken into custody in Hideyama. The men claimed they had traveled from Shishibone City by foot to find a toilet, but the spot they were taken into custody was X kilometers away from Shishibone. When I read that article, I realized how terrifying Rika-chan really was. Well, thanks for treating me. I'm happy that you called me here today. Oh, are you going home already? You can stay a little longer. I was in the middle of organizing some drawers. If I leave it like that, I won't be able to put in the futon, or put out the futon. Ah, I guess that's true. Whoops, looks like I called her at a bad time. Yeah, when Rena phoned her, she was in the middle of cleaning her room. But she still came. Well, it was an emergency, so it couldn't be helped. Besides that, I got to eat a lot of sweets, so I'm very happy. Thanks for today. Sorry for calling you out so suddenly. Tell Shion I said bye. I'll be taking my leave then. Una-san, please take your time. Yeah, I will. Later. Rika and Satoko, in a good mood, horsed around with each other as they left. Are we done with the chapter, or was that a halfway point? Halfway point. Alright, let's save real quick. Weedy, how many points do you have? Wait! I know, I'm more than a little surprised at how stuck you are. Well, I mean, but that also tells me that you've been to a lot of my streams, and you have, and that just warms my heart that you have that many points. And, you know, you've been to so many of my streams, and you enjoy them. That just makes me so happy. But yes, I did save the game. But no, you're really great. But yeah, I don't know if I can come up with that many compliments for that many routines. You silly, silly bean. But I'm gonna take a sip real fast. Thank you, I appreciate that. One for chair? Well, I don't know you very well, but you're an important person to somebody I also find important, and I like your general energy. So whenever I do catch you, yes, you, on one of Marshy's streams, it's always fun because I can tell that there's definitely a nice little connection there, and I just think you're neat. So I'm glad you found my channel and decided to say hi. I appreciate that very much. But yeah, you seem really neat. You're welcome. I'm always willing to meet friends of my other friends. Alright, so we saved. So let us at least get through this chapter. Well, Rena and I were having a discussion about the desserts we just ate. She arrived with some coffee. Hey. Wait. Stop closing out. I just want to press enter to continue. Oh. Did the two little ones leave already? Hearing them called the little ones was so strange, I inadvertently burst out laughing. Because, well, yeah, they're small children, Keiichi. They are in the elementary school level. Apparently, they were in the middle of cleaning, so they went home. Shion had brought enough coffee for 4 people. I heard from my senior. It seems that you went through a lot of trouble for my sake. It was no trouble at all. None other than Shi-chan was in a pinch after all. Oh, is it alright if I call you Shi-chan? It matches with Mi-chan, so I thought it would be cute. Well, whatever you want. Shion seemed a bit hesitant when Rana started talking to her. Rana's pretty sharp about some things, so Shion was probably worried that Rana would find out she was Mion after talking like this. Shion said she'd have work soon, and hurried off back to the kitchen, leaving behind the coffee for just the two of us. She was a bit upset with Rana. Maybe she thought I was being too friendly? No. She's just embarrassed. Still, they really do look the same. Instead of twins, it's like there's another Mi-chan. They look the same, but the atmosphere around them, or rather their insides, are completely different. I think those types of twins are pretty interesting, though. You think that, Keiichi-kun? I think they're identical on the inside, too. It had somehow become silent. Rana was just staring at the pattern of milk made on the surface of her coffee without saying a word. Is it in the shape of like a kitty cat or a bear? Yeah, the guts be very different. And we'll get to that. But that's closer to arcs 5 or 6, where we'll get to that. For somebody like me who could never stop talking, it was a rather uncomfortable moment. Yeah, no, we'll get there. What lore? Lore in my Higurashi? Rana's off-put mannerisms seemed to imply that I said something I shouldn't have. That unpleasantness carried on for a little while. Yeah, look at those eyes. She's just approving of you. Rana? You said it today, right? That Mion was hurting? Did I say something like that? Don't play dumb with me. You definitely said it. On the way home from school. Rana answered by laughing while continuing to play dumb, questioning if she said that. As thick-headed as I was, I had a faint realization. Rana wanted to say that I was the one who hurt Mion. But when? Me? Hypothetically, if something like that happened, it's not something I did out of malice. I continued the conversation, but left out the assumption that I had hurt Mion. Yeah, right, the peach taunt of, oh, did I do that? Yeah, I think that's true. I don't think Keiichi-kun had any bad intentions. Rena replied, also leaving out the assumption that I had hurt Mion. But that confirms it. I don't know how it happened, but it seems that I had hurt Mion. And Rena was upset with me due to the fact that I hadn't realized it. I don't want you to misunderstand. I don't want you to misunderstand. It's not like Rena is mad at you. Seeing right through what I was thinking, Rana said that she smiled even more gently than usual. It's just that, how do I say this? It's hard. If I made a mistake, please say so clearly. I'm so thick-headed, I disgust even myself. If there's something I should apologize for, then I want to know even a little quicker, so I can make up for it. I don't think that Keiichi-kun made a mistake. Depending on how you look at it, Mi-chan might be the one who's being unfair. Taking the stance that the girl was the one being unfair might be unfair in itself. What Rana said was draped in mystery. Unfortunately, I had no idea what she meant. The only thing I got out of it was that I had said or done something that inadvertently hurt Mion. I'm begging you, Rana. Mion is one of my best friends. I don't want to leave something between us that could cause problems later on. So tell me, how did I hurt her? I can't tell you. You need to realize something like this for yourself. Rana was smiling like she always did, but spoke bluntly. In fact, she had said this, the fact that she had this strength of will surprised me for a moment. I'm asking you because I can't figure it out, you know? My tone had unintentionally become harsh. Rena was also surprised for a moment, but quickly returned to her flat demeanor. Well then, I guess just a hint is fine. This is special, okay? Sorry. Please. I'll think about it seriously. Rena looked around the restaurant, searching for Shion. Shion was working enthusiastically, but without confidence as usual. Ji-chan, if she ties her hair up, it's impossible to tell apart from Mi-chan, right? Yeah, that's true. So then, if Mi-chan lets her hair down, would she be impossible to tell apart from Shi-chan? Probably. But what does that have to do with anything? What if that her being the younger twin was a lie, and that she was just Mi-chan pretending to be her sister? What would you think? Rena was sharper than her daily behavior belied. I was hesitant to verbally affirm that, but it was the right answer. It might be unfair to answer the question with another question. But if, like you said, Mion is just pretending to be a Shion, what purpose would that serve? After maintaining the silence for a while, Rena glanced at the clock. That's what I want you to think about. That was maybe too much of a hint. How? After thanking me for the dessert, Rena stood up from her seat. Sorry, I was asked to buy a few things, so it's about time I left. Is it okay with you if you tell Shion I'm sorry I didn't say goodbye? Yeah, I'll tell her. Sorry. Huh? That Rena's so short-tempered. Sorry for getting angry. Keiichi-kun isn't the only one at fault here. Rena was harsh in her apology, but I was the one who really should have apologized. I think to Mi-chan it's something that doesn't bother her much anymore. So if you want to forget the whole thing happened, that's fine too. But you see, as a girl, I'd hope that Keiichi-kun realizes it by himself and comes to apologizing of his own volition. Hell. Switching to cute mode. Only at the end, she disappeared in the direction of the register. While I was staring off into space, somebody suddenly tapped me on the shoulder. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm finally done. It was Shion who had changed into her street clothes. She flashed a smile while greeting me. Hello. Thank you so much for today. Everything was delicious. We were all really happy with it. Oh no, don't mention it. But I'm glad everybody had fun. Huh? That girl that was just here left as well? She had some shopping to do. She said she was sorry for leaving without saying anything. Oh. I see. Well, then should we leave as well? Even though I'm off duty, I'm still nervous around the workplace. We ended up strolling around without any destination in particular. I had been sitting the entire time, so I was in need of a breath of fresh air. Probably some circulation for your legs. When we left, the sky had already become draped in a veil of darkness. It's gotten dark already. Even though I promised I'd be finished early. Shion seemed upset that there wasn't much time left. Oh well. At least we got a little time to chat like this. Saying that, Shion set out for a tree-lined boulevard behind the station. Tree-lined. The front of the station was slowly becoming crowded with businessmen heading home. Well then, I guess I should start with an introduction. I was mistaken for my sister when we first met, so we never got to properly introduce ourselves. I could only smile and laugh wryly. My name is Shion Sonozaki. I'm only similar to my older sister in appearance. My sister is rough around the edges and hot-headed, but I'm a composed and methodical person. I remember what Rena and I had been talking about earlier. I said that they looked the same, but their personalities were different, while Rena said they were both the same. I don't know what tipped her off, but Rena figured out that Shion was Mion. Shion is not Mion. Also related to that, she said that I had hurt Mion. Rena had given only one hint. That was, why is Mion pretending to be Shion? Shion, what did you hear about me from Mion? My sister seems to have taken a liking to you. She talks about you quite a bit. Like about the club activities, about getting pranked and pranking you back. Boyish kinds of stories. You really do get along. Boyish kinds of stories, huh? Come to think of it... Oh. Hi, Saul! What? You've been subscribed for a year? What? Thank you so much! That's wild to me! Yes, it's Hazel. For those of you who don't know, Hazel's my kitty cat, who is just snoozing right by me. Yeah, thank you so much. How are you doing? She's a very good kitty. Come to think of it, there was something Shion told me before. Hey, Chan, you don't think of my sister as a girl, do you? Oh, yeah? Well, I hope it gets better. I know those days can be kind of ugh. Was that what happened that hurt Mion? Mion herself said that she wished she'd been born a boy, and that being born a girl didn't suit her. She said a lot of things to that effect, didn't she? Hey, Chan, you look like you're having fun. Huh? No, that's not true. Even though you're bad at hiding things, you sure like to lie, don't you? Still, I don't hate you for it. Saying that, she lightly chopped my forehead. Just a light little whatcha. Even though Shion was enjoying herself, I was still trying to figure out how I had hurt Mion. I was having a hard time figuring out the riddle that Rena had left with me. Hey, see that? Don't you think it's pretty? You think even a guy would find it pretty? Yeah, it's pretty. Shion was having fun window shopping, dragging me on by all sorts of stores that I normally would never enter. It wasn't like she was begging me to buy or anything, and I wasn't getting bored either. It was just something to talk about. What? Oh no, what is happening?
Cheer 500, I'm finally able to return to see one of my favorite people. She is a big hecking cutie pie tomato. But don't forget about her kindness, her sweetness, and her inner and outer beauty. Gin is quite amazing, and I am lucky to be around. Big cute.
Thank you. But you're still getting the tomato. Thank you very much. Not gonna lie, I love that tomato emote. It was just something to talk about as we walked around. In an easygoing way, we browsed through numerous stores. We discussed all sorts of topics I knew nothing about, but I didn't lose interest. I had a feeling she was good at conversation. Hey Chan, is this your first time doing this kind of thing? Yeah, it is. If somebody didn't bring me into these accessory shops, I don't think I was setting foot in one in my entire life. Really? Okay. Not that. I mean more like this. What? I leapt back when Shion suddenly linked her arm with mine. Hey, you don't have to act so surprised. It's not so embarrassing to link arms with a girl, is it? Shion's expression was a little bit miffed, but suggestive at the same time. I'm not that embarrassed. If you want some arms, I can share one or two. Here. Hey, Chan. You really know how to entertain someone. See, I see why my sister took a liking to you. If you don't want my arm, I'm taking it back. Aw, come on. I'm happy to have it. Laughing in good spirits, she unlocked her arms with mine. My heart skipped a beat. Again with the Doki Dokis. This question might be a bit mean, but I want to enjoy seeing your reaction, Kei-chan. Have you ever been arm in arm with a girl before? Around a bonfire at a field trip doesn't count, by the way. That little devil. She was asking that question, knowing full well what the answer would be. Well, field trips are out. This is rough. Hee. I thought as much. That impish laugh really is the same as Mion's. You really are Shion, right? You're not just Mion saying that you're Shion, are you? Are you thinking that my sister might pretend to be me? I thought you were twins until just now, but the way you mess around is just like Mion. You're just saying that. You can tell us apart easily. What do you mean by that? If my sister was holding your arm like this, would you get nervous? I would. I'd be completely on edge worrying about when she would go for an arm lock. Shion laughed so hard she had to hold her sides. Hey, is that really that funny? You're tearing up. No, it's just... I was just thinking about how hopeless my sister is. She isn't even able to get a young man hot and bothered while she's arm in arm with him. She really is a failure as a woman. I remembered once again that I'd heard someone say that before. Sometimes I think that my sister would have been better off if she'd been born a boy. If she did, I might have fallen for her. Just kidding. Mion did say something about wanting to be born a boy. My sister's on the fence as to whether she wants to be a boy or a girl. Gender fluid Mion, let's go. Well, it is the price she pays for living an awkward lifestyle. Just let her be. I've been saying some pretty harsh things about your sister right now. Mion has some soft parts to her that I don't like. The way Shion talked somehow sounded cold. Shion, do you not get along with Mion? Well, we get along well enough. Still, there's a few things for which I can't forgive her as my sister, or as her sister. Hey, look at that! Don't you think it's cute? I turned around to look at where Shion was pointing. What was there was the familiar display window of a toy shop. The same shop that was the stage for the incident that occurred during last Sunday's club activities. What Shion was pointing to the display was a plethora of adorable dolls that looked like the sort girls would like. I wonder why girls like these kinds of things. It's because they're cute. Don't you think they're cute, Kei-chan? I'm a man, so I don't really get that vibe. Now. Which one do you think is the cutest out of all these, Kei-chan? Shion, pulling on my arm, motioned to the row of dolls. They were lined up like they were close sisters, taking a commemorative photo. A few of them seemed strangely familiar. I've seen those four over there somewhere. Oh, I guess they really are famous. Oh, will do. Thank you, Salt. Stretch. No longer shrimping. And a sip. If even you know about them. Shion sounded impressed. Those are new dolls that were just brought in from England. They still have some available here, but around the cities, they have trouble keeping them on the shelves, even though they're supposed to be inexpensive. It seems they're starting to come at a premium. I guess girls still like these things even as they grow up. We will make no mention of my small collection of plushies Nope. Oh, ads? Okay. Thank you. It depends on the person, but I think that... Yay, you're free from ad jail. I just started the sentence, so I'll just start over. It depends on the person, but I think that girls who don't like dolls and stuffed animals are pretty few and far between. Even my tomboy of a sister said these were adorable. Oh? Even Mion said they were adorable? That is pretty amazing. That's right, I just remembered. The store owner gave this one to us after Sunday's event. Stuffed animals are great. Yeah. And it's totally not Wheaty's fault for introducing me to the Squishables. Totally not his fault that I have the little chinchilla and now the flying pig. And also the Yule goat. Totally not his fault. Except for Mion, who was a relative. Everybody had gotten something. Yeah, I can't help it. I like cute things. I really do think that one's the best. That really gives it something. That's it. That's the one the shop owner gave to me. Oh, really? Well, then maybe I will one day. So it seems, she replied softly but clearly. Uncle Yoshiro gave these out as thanks for helping liven things up at Sunday's event. It seems he gave them to the 4 friends my sister brought along. So you got a doll with the dress then? What did you think? It was really cute, right? As a man, there's no way I'd think it was cute. Get in touch with your feminine side, Keiichi. So, what did you do with the doll? I wasn't really going to do anything with it, so I gave it to someone. To who? As Shion laughed, I could hear an audible click run through my head like a piece of a jigsaw puzzle snapping into place. Thank you very much for today, everyone. You made the event turn out great. It's not much, but here's something a little extra for today. Uncle Yoshiro, isn't there a little something for me, too? My. Quite an adorable one, is it not? When Satoko and Rika-chan opened up the bag, there were cute little stuffed animals inside. Wow, they're so cute. Can I take them home? I really can? Which means there's something for me, too? Whoa, I got a pretty adorable one. It was a stuffed toy wearing a beautiful dress. One you'd use to play house. Rena's eyes were glued over to the stuffed doll. Satoko was the same. And Rika-chan, too? I see. It wasn't just Rena, Satoko, and Rika-chan. There was one other person who seemed jealous. Kei-chan got the one that fits him the least! Not wanting her expression to give it away, she said that to hide her embarrassment. Well, I guess it is cute and pretty. I can't admit it's adorable, but a doll with changeable clothes is... But here's the other thing. Is it posable? Does it have joints? Can you articulate them? If you walked around with it, then you'd be treated like a weirdo starting tomorrow, definitely. Man, get in touch with your feminine side. Mion's usual teasing way of talking. I looked around to see who I should give the doll to. Mion was right in front of me. Mion was the only one who hadn't received a present, so I thought about giving it to her. But I didn't. Huh? You're giving it to me? To Rena? Thank you! Turning away from Mion's covetous gaze, I gave the doll to Rena. Mion's smile bore into my back. There was no way I could have noticed. Why did I not give it to Mion? Since Mion was the only one who didn't get everything, wouldn't it have just been standard practice to give it to her? At the time I had noticed that something was wrong. That's why I said it. Just protecting myself. If I didn't give it to Rena, then walking the streets at night would be scary. No doubt, no doubt. I thought about giving it to Mion, but it just didn't feel right. Something dark flickered briefly in Mion's eyes, but at the time I didn't notice. I thought to give it to Mion. Why didn't I? You know it. I sometimes wonder why I wasn't born a boy. Mion herself had said that with a laugh, so I didn't realize I had hurt her. That's right. Mion is more suited to cool things. So I think having you help out here was the right choice. Huh? Shion asked, probably thinking she misheard me. That uniform, it would never suit somebody like Mion. But if it's Shion, I think it works. Huh? You mean that, Shion, like Rena, often does spaced out and turn bright red. Mion seemed really happy. She seemed happy that I complimented Shion. Saying that it didn't suit Mion, but that it suited Shion. Saying that it suited her seemed to make her happy. Mion's younger twin sister. She's got a different personality, but she's a dead ringer for Mion. That's right. We look similar, but our personalities are completely different. I'm very kind and thoughtful, and Shion has a cold and scary personality. We'll get to that. I think that when you guys were born, Shion got all the feminine aspects. Unlike Mion, she's a cute and cheerful girl. Mion made a strange face that was both angry and happy at the same time. It seemed she was happy that I said Shion was cute. Sneaking a look inside the box to say she'd just put some of the leftovers inside would have been a lie. There was an elegant meal stuffed inside. Is this really okay? There's not a ton of hot sauce mixed in or anything, right? Jeez, I'm not my sister. I wouldn't do that kind of thing. If you don't like it, you don't have to force yourself. I'll go home and eat it myself. I'm not my sister. That's how she said it. Shion was insistent that she wasn't Mion. She was saying that she was Shion, and that I shouldn't think of her as Mion. When Mion was Shion, it carried a special meaning. Michan is mysterious, right? She's a girl, but it's like she's a guy. I'm telling you, gender fluid Mion. That's what Rena said. But you see, even that Michan is actually really feminine. Rena, how much did Mion pay you exactly? That's not true. Jeez, I'm trying to have a serious conversation, you know? You know? Rena began to pout. Now probably wasn't the right time to joke around. Michan is the club president, so she's trying hard to lead everybody. But she's really a very cute girl. I really don't want you to forget that, Keiichi-kun. There was never a riddle to begin with. Rena was saying the answer from the beginning. So then, I don't know what's going on anymore. Yeah. I know Kei-chan didn't mean anything wrong. At least he didn't intend to. Yeah, Keiichi-kun isn't the type of person to hurt others. So there's no reason for you to feel hurt by this, Michan. Then what is it? Frustration? Sadness? Did you want it? The doll, I mean. Even if you gave it to me, Rena, that wouldn't solve anything. You're right. How about this, Michan? Try asking Keiichi-kun. You might be able to solve the problem if you tackle it head on. There's no way I could do that. It's too embarrassing to do that now. I want to try again, as somebody other than Mion. This time, I can be more honest with myself. Don't get me wrong, I'm pretty fond of the relationship I have with Kei-chan. This might be selfish, but one more time. Keiichi-kun will definitely notice. I wonder if that's true. Rena will cheer on you too. So let's find a way for you to ease your sadness. Believe me, I won't let anything happen that make you cry, Michan. I'll believe. Keiichi-kun will definitely come to understand. He'll say sorry for saying something so callous, and he'll bring you to that store and buy you that doll for you as a present. Will do. Thank you, chair. Yeah. And then, Michan, you'll say, thank you. Thanks for stopping by. I hope things go well with your cats. You can't fool around. Say it honestly. Yeah. Ugh. If I said that I wanted it, Kei-chan, would you buy it for me? Mion said it quietly, doing her best to quell her embarrassment. I would have reflexively begun to lightly tease her to hide my embarrassment. But like Mion, I quelled that impulse. Okay, Mion. As thanks for everything until today, I'll buy you whichever one you want. My voice cracked with unfamiliar words. Nor did not to lose Mion trying her best. Lose to Mion trying her best. I tried my best as well. But I'm not Mion, I'm Shion. Shion, then. I'll buy it for you, Shion. Shion looked down, red-faced. She pointed at the doll in the dress through the store window. Is it really okay? One in the dress is a little expensive, isn't it? This isn't a matter of price. This is a matter of feelings. When I was saved by Kei-chan from those unsavory customers today, I was really happy. Even though my co-workers didn't save me, Kei-chan did. You grabbed me by the shoulder really firmly, right? Right then, you were really cool. Even then, I was so embarrassed I couldn't properly express my gratitude. I clamped my hands down on Shion's head and ruffled her hair roughly. Like how I would to Rena and the others. When I did that, Shion, like Rena, would have spaced out and blushed slightly. You don't have to think too hard about it. I should have just given it to you back then. If I did that, then everybody would have had a good laugh. Shion didn't respond. She turned bright red like she was trying to hold back laughter and tears. Have a good meal. Thanks for stopping by. We'll go buy it for you right now. Wait right there. I'll go with you. Saying that, she grabbed onto my arm once again. She wasn't trying to be stoic anymore. I think I know why my sister likes you. Hey, is it alright if I start to like you a bit too, Kei-chan? An unfamiliar situation made my head start to spin. Whoa, what am I doing? I reached my limit. Smiling wryly. To hide my embarrassment, I dragged Shion to the store with me. Excuse me. I want to buy that doll in the dress in the window. How much is that doll in the window? The one with the frilly gown. After a moment, I heard a voice of acknowledgement An apron-clad employee soon appeared. Kei-chan? And why are you here? This has nothing to do with you. See? See the two of them together. I'm on a date with Kei-chan right now. Huh? What? Why is Kei-chan? Even if you ask, I'd like to know the answer myself. Man looked at me with an expression of confusion and surprise. But that was the same with me. If she was there, then who was next to me? Keiichi. Keiichi? I said it right at the beginning. I'm Shion Sonozaki. I'm my sister's younger twin. Kei-chan, you even called me Shion, didn't you? Shion said that, pouting cutely. What is going on? Tell me, Shion. Not much. I was wondering what kind of person this Kei-chan you were so infatuated with was. So I happened to give him a ticket to the dessert festa. Then, when I was being bothered by all sorts of troublesome customers, Kei-chan gallantly appeared. Saved me by kicking them all to the curb or something like that. What? Both Mion and I raised our voice pathetically, expressing our confusion in unison. Confusion to the utmost. Mion, you phoned me. Yesterday, right? I didn't. I have no idea what you're talking about. I delivered that bento for you, didn't I, Kei-chan? That was me, right? Or was it my sister? A person known as Mion Sonozaki put together a bento and bravely went to the boys' home to deliver it, maybe. Oh, you're a lot bolder than you look, sis. With a loud pop, and a trail of smoke began to rise from Mion's head. No, I don't know. See, Kei-chan? My sister says she doesn't know. So everything up until yesterday was me, Shion Sonozaki. It was me, Dio. So it was me, Shion. You might have thought it was my sister pretending to be me. But with this, there's no doubt, right? I couldn't tell up from down at that moment. If there was a mirror around, I could have seen my eyes go wide from shock. Now, little Miss Shopkeeper, could you wrap up that doll in the window? It's the first present from the person I've come to love, so make sure you wrap it up nicely with a ribbon. Mion, completely flustered, was being cornered by a sly-faced Shion. My brain had stopped working. What? Huh? Kei-chan? What's going on? Well, let's go, Kei-chan. It's already dark out, so I'll see you home. Sis, sorry, but could you phone the house in Okonomiya and have them send a car? Maybe a van that we could fit the bike into, please? In contrast to Shion, who had glee written all over her face, Mion was an empty shell who looked like she could burst into tears at any moment. Oh, Kei-chan. After that, Mion's grumblings were unrelenting. Okay, so that should be the end of the chapter. So we'll finish off with any tips, because between internet hiccups and that actually being a fairly long chapter, I think that's where we'll call it. It's not easy being green. More like it's not easy being a twin. Well, thank you all for coming. It hasn't been a while. Stop saying it's been a while. We've seen each other every day up until yesterday, haven't we? Whatever. If you say so, we'll go with that. Someone from Shion's house came to get me in a station wagon. I'd instantly refused, but Shion insisted, so both my bicycle and I ended up stuffed into a car. You are totally allowed to be a goblin, Weedy. I don't mind at all. I find it very endearing. Said car was currently driving across a single bumpy road leading to Hinamizawa. For goodness sake, Shion was at Mion's level at least, or maybe even a better actor. Either way, no matter what questions I pressed her with, she'd slip out like an eel. Still, you two look so alike. If you tied your hair back like Mion does, would you look exactly like her? Who knows? That's probably what would happen. We're identical twins through and through. In the past, we could just change our clothes and no one would be the wiser. This is a plot point. I remember we would swap places at every opportunity and fooled a whole lot of people. Ha 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 ha. The middle-aged driver wearing a black suit heaved a heavy sigh like he was a butler. What's wrong, Kasai? That was a pretty deep sigh. Excuse me. I was just thinking about how you haven't changed. You could see many years of hardship on the man's face through the rearview mirror. Anyway, Kei-chan, your house is around here, right? Kasai doesn't know too much about Hinamizawa aside from the road that goes to the Sonozaki main house. If you leave it to him, he'll likely take you all the way to Yaguchi. I don't want that. Excuse me, could you stop at the narrow road at the next right? I'll walk from there. He stopped the car at the desired place. The driver, Kasai-san, got my bike out of the trunk for me. Sorry about that. Thank you very much for showing me home today. Was it Kei-san? Your name, that is. Yes. You must have various difficulties, but I believe she'll grow tired soon, so please endure things until then. He gave me a deep look of sympathy. A deep, deep look of sympathy. Oh no. This guy had definitely been dealing with the Sonozaki sisters ever since they were little kids. However, like Mion's son, she's a kind person at heart. So that means she'll be as much of a bother as Mion, right? The man's face froze in a smile, lost in his reply. Hey, back me up here. Bye, Kei-chan. We'll see each other again soon. Say hi to my sister for me, too. Maybe I'll start going to Hinamizawa tomorrow? Don't you dare. If you transfer in, I'll transfer out to a school in Okonomiya. Wow, that's really mean, Kei-chan. A short beep of the horn. Man gave a little wave to me from the driver's seat. Then the car withdrew into the dark roads, leaving dust in its wake. Man, this entire day made no sense. I ran into Mion while I was with Shion, and the former's expression, like a pigeon shot with a pellet gun, had finally begun to make a strong impression on me. Alright, so we will exit. And we'll save and load. Save this. End of chapter 5. Cool beans. Let's exit out. And actually, just for fun, I'm gonna click on the first arc, and because I can't remember if there were 10 chapters or less, so I'm just gonna double check something. Can I just start? Nope. Okay. Hold on. Because I think there was a... Let's try opening it up again. There should have been a chapter skip function. Extra. Chapter jump. Okay. Okay. Okay, they're doing it by days. Well, never mind then. Anyway, let's see who we're gonna raid. Let's see who's on today. Who is on today? Now let's see. Do y'all want some Dead by Daylight? Some Like a Dragon? And what is probably a rhythm game? Anybody have any preferences? Because if not, I'm gonna. Yes, you're intrigued by. What's probably a rhythm game? Alright, then we're going to JQ, who I think is probably on a break, but that's okay. I was gonna go with the one who had the least amount of viewers anyway. So we'll do. Let's see, what should we do? There, we'll do this. Alright, I'm gonna send you all off now. Have fun!